And this is my informative speech for public speaking. Hi, I'm Zach Moss. I've had my Class A CDL since 2013. Does anybody actually know what all constitutes as a Class A vehicle?
No.
No. Okay. It's a tractor trailer or a semi with a trailer, or a Class B vehicle with an extra trailer attached to it, or anything with multiple trailers is considered a combination vehicle, which is required that you have a Class A to drive. So those are some of the Class A vehicles. My main focus in this speech is to mainly focus on Class A vehicles, mostly over-the-road truck driving, so like the regular tractor trailer. I'll go over the different trailers and some of the safeties and different things on that subject. Logbooks. Your workday starts when you start your PT on your logbook. Your PT is your post-trip, your pre-trip and post-trip are both known as a PT, where your pre-trip is what you do at the beginning of the day and your post-trip is what you do at the end of the day. Every company, every over-the-road driver does a logbook. Some companies use an electronic logging system like e-logs or Qualcomm systems, which basically make it easier because they track a lot of the movement and everything for you, whether you're moving on duty and driving on duty or off duty. So your day starts when you do your PT, your pre-trip inspection, and some of the things that you check for on a pre-trip is you have to check under the hood, you have to check your hoses, and you got to check the fluids, you got to check your tires, all down the tractor and the trailer. You got to check your steering linkage, which you can actually see in the picture. So basically anything that has to do with your steering and main parts for your steering, your brackets, there's all kinds of stuff that you have to check. So you got to check your engine compartment for certain things. These are the air hoses and electrical cord in between the tractor and trailer that you have to check, because these are basically your brake lines and your trailer lights. And this is a small depiction of an actual tractor and trailer. In the back tires are called your tandems, and the back tires on the truck are called your drive tires, and then your steer tires. So with your logbooks and everything, with being a Class A CDL driver, you're only allowed to drive so many hours a day and a week and in a row. You have an 8-hour rule, you have an 11-hour rule, a 14-hour rule, and a 70-hour rule. You have 8 hours you have to take a 30-minute break within the first 8 hours of driving. And you can only drive 11 hours in a 14-hour period, and you can only work a 14-hour period in a 24-hour day. And then you can only work 70 hours a week, and that's all on duty. And if you reach your 70 hours, then you have to do a 34-hour reset, which means you can only, when you have to do a 34-hour reset, you have to sit off duty for 34 consecutive hours before you can log back on duty. The tractors and trailers go by weight standards, so you're only allowed to have so much weight on each section of the truck, and they measure these in the weigh stations by your axles. So your axles are only allowed to bear certain amounts of weight, and each state it varies slightly different. But on your tandems, so your back tires on your trailer, you're only allowed to have 34,000 pounds. And then on your drive tires, you're only allowed another 34,000 pounds. And then on your steer tires, you're allowed 12,000 pounds. But the steer tires really don't bear any of the weight of the load, so that's between your drive tires and your tandems. And your tandems are adjustable to fluctuate the weight distribution between the tandems and the drive tires, so you can adjust in between how much you're weighing out so that you're not overweight. And it actually is common that customers will weigh you, they'll overload you, so even after you're fully adjusted out, you have to go back in and have them take some product off, because otherwise it's illegal to drive. But there are different types of trailers as well, and the adjustable tandems is mostly on the like van haulers. So, and I'll go over that in a minute. Actually, right now, there are different types of trailers. You have a refrigerated, they call them reefers. It's short for refrigerated. You have an actual cooling system on the back of the trailer, and these actually do run off of diesel as well. So a lot of times if you're in a truck stop, you'll see somebody filling up their reefer trailer with fuel as well as their tractor. So that's a reefer or a refrigerated hauler. And then you have flatbed haulers, which is kind of self-explanatory. I mean, it's a flatbed. They haul all different kinds of things, from pipes to construction equipment. I've seen some haul certain parts. I've seen military haul tanks on flatbeds, all kinds of things. So it depends on what you're hauling as to what you'll haul on. And then you have a tanker. And on this tanker, I want to point out the placard, which falls under hazmat. You have to have placards on any hazmat load, because if an accident should happen, you know, a car pulls out in front of you and your truck rolls over and you got stuff filling out of your tanker, the hazmat place cards will tell the EMT, paramedics, fire departments, the emergency team respondents what you're hauling and what hazards they're at risk for and everybody else is at risk for. So that's a very important thing to have if you're hauling something hazardous. Hazmat and tankers actually require different endorsements, so, which is basically an extra thing on your license to be able to, it signifies that you have special training for either a tanker or hazmat because the weight distribution changes on a tanker if you're hauling liquid. Now, in safety, there's a lot of things to touch in safety. You have to drive slower sometimes, brake a little differently. You have to not only watch out for yourself, but you have to watch out for the vehicles around you, because your vehicle can become very dangerous on its own if you're not paying attention. I've got some pictures of some wrecks. Got a semi that hit a car, and here another one hit 2 cars, and the cars are pretty well damaged. So I mean, that's all stuff that you got to be really careful for. They teach you to watch out for the vehicles around you, because other people might not be paying attention, and that's where you have to fill in. And these are actually mine from a load that burnt down. I had a wheel bearing catch on fire, and I lost the load due to the fire. Everything was totaled. So it's very important to pay close attention to everything. So it takes a lot of responsibility to be a Class A CDL driver, but if you pay attention and you learn the things that you need to do with it, it pays well, and you get to go meet some pretty amazing people and see some amazing places. And this is one of my favorite places that I have ever been. It is in Idaho. It's called the 4th of July Pass. It's right off the interstate in the mountains, and it opens up into a beautiful lake where all you see is water and mountain peaks. So like I said, you get to see some amazing places, and that is my speech for public speaking. And my audience.